7,000-year-old reptile figurines found in Iraq, made by ancient civilization that existed before the Sumerians. 7,000-year-old artifacts found in the Al-Ubaid archaeological site, depicting human-like figurines with the characteristics of lizards. The site is located in modern Iraq, but the age of the artifacts is estimated to be even older than the civilization of the Sumerians. Archaeologists claim that between 5,500 and 4,000 BC, that's over 7,500 years ago, there was a prehistoric culture known as the Ubaidian culture in Mesopotamia, which is believed to have laid the foundation for the civilization of the Sumerians. The Ubaidian people reportedly lived in villages with mud houses. They also developed the techniques of agriculture, irrigation, and built architecture. The artifacts were found in the site called Tel al-Ubaid, a hill located near Ur. We know Ur from it was the ancient city of Sumer, where Abraham left and went to the land of Canaan. So, a hill located near Ur, the ancient Sumerian city. Harry Reginald Howell was the first person who noticed this attractive hill and excavated the site in 1919. Among the ruins and various intriguing artifacts left by the Ubaidian people, very diverse and strange ancient clay figurines were found. These were anthropomorphic figures of men and women, but the proportions of the body and head of those ancient figurines caused a real shock. The artifacts have unusual broad shoulders covered by some kind of pads and helmets on their heads. They are seen in various poses holding various objects, for example, poles and scepters. As for the female figures, they have babies sucking their breasts. They also look like lizards. These figurines are unlike anything else found in that region. The depicted creatures have elongated heads, pointed muzzles, and almond-shaped eyes. These are clearly not human, and they show mostly reptilian traits. So, what do these lizard-like figurines represent? According to some archaeologists, the postures, such as the one found in the nursing woman, do not suggest that they are ritual objects. So why did these ancient people decide to represent individuals as reptiles, even with elongated heads? Initially, it was assumed that those were simply images of gods worshipped by ancient people, which is not unusual. Many cultures on Earth worship snakes and reptile deities, including the Sumerians themselves. In the pantheon of Sumerian gods, there are figures such as Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and creation. In some depictions, Enki manifests as half man, half serpent. He helped create a civilization that benefited the rest of humanity, so legend says. The Sumerians were the earliest known civilization in the world. They were the descendants of an ethnic group from southern Mesopotamia, modern southeastern Iraq, natives who settled in the region about 5,000 BC, 7,000 years ago, until the rise of Babylon, 1,500 BC. The religious system of the Sumerians had a complex pantheon inhabited by hundreds of gods. According to ancient Sumerian religious texts, God and humans lived together on earth. Each Sumerian city was guarded by its own god, and humans were used as servants of the gods. However, when reading the Sumerian creation myth, found on a tablet from Nippur, an ancient Mesopotamian city founded in 5000 BC, we learned something interesting. The creation of the earth, Enuma Elish, according to the Sumerian tablet, took place as follows. When the heavens above did not exist, and earth beneath had not come into being, there was Apsu, the first in order, their begetter, and the demiurge Tiamat, who gave birth to them all. They had mingled their waters together before meadowland had coalesced, and reed bed was to be found, when not one of the gods had been formed, it said. So from the story, it's clear that no Sumerian pantheon of deities is responsible for the creation, as even the gods themselves are part of creation. Sumerian mythology says that in the beginning, human beings were ruled by a divine non-human progeny. These beings were capable of traveling through the sky in round or cylindrical vehicles. According to the ancient astronaut theory, gods or the Anunnaki may have come to Earth to make it habitable in order to exploit its mineral resources. Were they the gods in search of silver and gold? Sumerian texts speak of gods coming from the heavens represented in the form of a reptile or a serpent, and on which different cultures of the world converge in the same sense. Mayas, Aztec, Egyptian, Sumerian, etc. cultures are just some that mention these divinities or entities that came down from heaven and were represented in different megalithic artifacts. The question is, why reptiles? Well, we know that the first king of Athens was half man. The top half was half man, and from his waist down he was snake. That's the first king of Athens, Greece, in ancient Greece. So the legend goes. Now, but at the same time, they were very important to those who created them. If those creatures were not worshipped as gods, then what was the purpose of crafting figures of humanoid reptilian creatures? And this is on House and Wise by Vicky Vermas. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.